Let's talk about how to pick a lawyer. It's important how you pick a lawyer, and the selection of your lawyer in your case may be the most important decision you make in your case. A lawyer can highly impact the results of your case. If you pick a lawyer that is competent and smart and bright and doing this for the right reasons and cares and is prepared, you may get one result. If you select a lawyer who is not that bright, not prepared, maybe doing this for the wrong reasons, works a file unnecessarily, you obviously may get a very different result. So you want to take the selection process seriously and invest a little bit of time and effort into it. And sometimes that's frustrating because, especially at the beginning of divorce, people are anxious to get going, especially if they were just served with papers. But I'm going to give you some tips on how to make this selection, and if you're interviewing lawyers, what questions to ask to help you to make this choice. First of all, I would talk to more than one lawyer, unless it's me, and then one is adequate. But I would recommend the lawyer that you do talk to, ask them for a couple of other names. So let's say that you get the first name from your friend who went through a divorce and they were happy with their lawyer. Ask that lawyer, if I couldn't hire you for some reason, give me 2 more names. And then interview those lawyers and ask each lawyer about the other lawyers, because we all know each other. And the reputation we have is important, and it would be important for you to know. And we're in a uniquely situated business where we see each other's work both on paper, because we have to trade our paperwork back and forth, in the courtroom live, in the negotiation boardroom. We see each other's work. So I can tell you with quite a bit of information and knowledge if somebody is a good lawyer or not and why, and a lot of lawyers are happy to share that information with you, even if they do it in a vague manner. But you would want to listen to that advice. If you start hearing something repetitively about a lawyer, I would take it seriously. So let's say that you've gotten your list of lawyers and you're interviewing them. What do you want to ask them? One very objective, factual question that will help you is to ask them what percentage of their practice is in family law. And family law to me means divorce, post-divorce modifications, because after you're divorced, if you have children, you can modify the possession schedule or the child support until the children are 18. So modifications, paternity cases, premarital agreements, postmarital agreements, and that's basically family law. It does not include, and a lot of people have this misunderstanding, wills and estates. So wills and estates is a completely different practice area. It would be important to know what percentage of their practice is family law, because the law is ever changing. The legislature meets every 4 years and they change the laws. We have to keep up with those changes. In addition, the judges are ever changing. Every 4 years they are reelected or not, replaced. And it's important for your lawyer to be able to give you guidance. They need to know something about those judges. So you'd want to know what percentage of their practice is family law, and I would recommend that you look for someone who at least 75% of their practice is family law. And there's many excellent practitioners out there that have that level of experience. You might as well benefit from that and select one that has that level. So what else are we looking for? I think you need to know why they practice family law. I practice family law because I like helping people. And I think people who are going through a divorce are in a very difficult time, and if they have a lawyer who cares about them and wants to help them, I can really make a difference in their lives and in their children's lives. Not everybody is practicing family law for that reason. So you'd want to know, why are they doing this type of work? You'd want a lawyer who's invested in you and your family and wants to help you. There are lawyers in the business, and fortunately there's many, many great lawyers, but like in any profession, there are some that aren't as good. And some of them are what we call churners. And a churner is someone who unnecessarily works a file. They're just doing that to make money. And I don't know if they justify in their mind they really do need to work the file, or how they go about this, but we all know who they are. So when you're asking around about someone, if you hear they're a churner, that's what that means, is they're working the file unnecessarily. And obviously that's not good for you. You shouldn't spend any more money than is necessary on your divorce because it's plenty expensive as it is. One thing that you want is a lawyer who is fearless. You want a lawyer that's not afraid to go in the courtroom if you need them to, that's not afraid of any other lawyer out there. Some lawyers will only take easy cases, they'll only take agreed cases, and that's because they're fearful. They're fearful of fighting in the courtroom. Hopefully your case will settle and you won't require a lawyer to go into the courtroom, but if you need it, you want one that's ready to go in there. You don't want to have to change lawyers because suddenly something needs to happen at court. You also want a lawyer that is not afraid to settle your case if that's the appropriate path for your case. It's very expensive to try cases. If you can settle it and save money and get a good result, that's what you would want, of course. But some lawyers do not have the tolerance, the personality, the patience that is required to work towards settlement. So when you meet with a lawyer, ask them, what percentage of your cases do you try to the judge or the jury? What percentage of your cases do you settle? Statistically, across the board, 85% of cases settle. So if their answer is they're trying 85% of their cases, that is lawyer-driven, likely, and not client-driven. That's because the lawyer doesn't have the patience to work towards settlement because it's hard work. But if it's hard work that benefits you the most, that's the work you want your lawyer to do. Collaborative law is a wonderful process. It is a non-court, amicable process that is aimed at helping people reach resolution. It's not for every case, but it's for many cases. So one thing you'd look for in a lawyer is, are they comfortable both with the litigation hat and with the collaborative hat? Because both arenas are excellent arenas depending on the case. And again, you'd want a lawyer who could serve you in whatever capacity is best for your case, for your particular situation, for your family.